with Michael, and he is going to tell us a little bit about what's going on and how his time has been, why he's in the hospital, that kind of stuff. So fill us in, Michael. So, like, starting from the beginning, you've got leukemia, if nobody knows yet. So what do you know about that?
Well, I knew nothing about it before, but in 2022, at the beginning of the year, I was diagnosed with APML leukemia, which is like a very rare type of leukemia. I found out we had it because I was having serious nosebleeds like the week before that didn't stop because my platelets were really low, and so then we took us into the hospital. Found out my blood was really low, so then they had to give me a bunch of blood, and then they found out that 10 years ago that arsenic was pretty good cure for the leukemia, so they gave me some arsenic over like 8 months, and then it relapsed again in 23, and then they did the arsenic again, and then did updose of they called it Atra, but it was like tretinoin kind of thing. They upped that dose, and then we're also doing a bone marrow transplant to like put the final nail in the board. So
That's a lot. That's a lot. So it's been a crazy 2 years now, right?
yeah.
So yeah. So last year you got diagnosed, and then you went through that initial treatment, and then it was like supposed to be over,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. We thought it was over, and then we were doing routine checkups and found it out again.
Yeah. Well, that's like a lot to deal with and that kind of stuff. So have you had how have you felt with like people around you, like last year when you first heard, you got cancer? Was that how did that take a while to sink in? Like, you feel like you had cancer then, or?
I think it did take a while to sink in. Me and my friends like to joke about it though, so that was fun. But yeah.
Yeah, you can't make fun of me because.
Yeah.
And then so so then you think you're free and clear, so you get to go through like holidays, Christmas, you're all good, getting checks ups, and then like April, May time frame, something like that. So were you out of school at that point?
So when I got cleared, April and May, I was still in school. So I missed like 2 months of school in the hospital.
Okay. Okay. So then you had to go back in the hospital like here the second time. So was that supposed to happen, or like after last year and the 10 months were you expecting you to go back in, or?
No, I was supposed to be like done, just going in for like checkups monthly.
So you were supposed to be like completely, basically almost like cured,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then, so you come back in the hospital, you get to miss school again, play that card. But how'd that feel differently? I know, like, in the first time around in 22, you were still homeschooling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the second time around, 23. So in 23, you're finish up your first, what year of school were you in?
That was my freshman year.
Okay. So.
Or 23, sorry. 23 was my junior, or sophomore.
Yeah, whichever one that is. So,
Yeah, first one was my freshman, second one was sophomore.
Okay, so you're in your sophomore year, doing music, doing all kinds of stuff, and then now you're back in. Okay, and so then what does school look like this year? What would be your junior year?
I'm doing a lot of it online. I was able to do some of it in class, like a week and a half of it in class, which was fun. But a lot of it I'm doing online, but I get to do some courses like cybersecurity courses that they don't offer at my school, which is fun. So yeah.
That's cool. So like a lot of options there. I guess probably a lot based on, like, we won't know exactly how energized you're going to be this semester, but that's good. So then, as you're like looking forward, do you have stuff that like keeps you going?
I like to focus on like the positives, like how I have an Xbox kind of thing, and I get to chill out all day, and I get to do my Legos, and I get to play on my computer, and get to eat food. So I like to. That's what usually keeps me going.
A little more screen time.
Yeah.
A lot more cooking being done for you.
Yep.
All right. I see the benefits. But all right. So then, what do you feel about like just the whole process? So now you feel like. So we went through last year. This year, you get it back. So then you're in remission right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You went through all that treatment again, knocked out the cancer, and then now what you're starting, you're going into this period where you were starting. How long do they say, like you would have to be in the hospital?
They said in the hospital for about. They said 4 to 8 weeks. So I'm expecting like 8 weeks.
Okay, and this is for what are you getting done now?
I'm doing a bone marrow transplant.
Okay, and so why is this like? So you didn't do a bone marrow transplant last time?
No.
Okay, so what's the difference? Like, why would they do a bone marrow transplant?
They wanted to do a bone marrow transplant this time because the first time they were able to get it cured with just arsenic. But since they technically didn't get it cured and it didn't work, they want to do the bone marrow transplant just to make sure that it won't come back and it won't relapse.
Yeah, and I heard like usually like that first treatment that was done, like usually like 95% of the cases, like that does it.
Yeah.
And so since that didn't happen, then they're doing the bone marrow transplant.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been kind of knowing about this, I guess. Like, when was the first time you thought you were going to go in? Like, when did you hear about that?
I think it was June 5th. I think.
Okay, so you've been kind of like
Yeah.
waiting for a while.
Yeah.
And what were you waiting on? Like, do you remember why it kept getting pushed back? And stuff?
It was they wanted to make sure that basically that my immune system was as high as the level as it could be, so that when I go into the transplant and I lose all my immune system, there won't be any problems in my body that my immune system was fighting that we didn't know about.
Okay.
And so they wanted to get rid of those problems.
Awesome. Yeah. So you're all ready now. We had a little blip. I guess we checked in on Friday,
Yep.
and you basically just got like played some games, ate some food,
And then got released.
did a little bit, and went home. All right. And then we came back. Sunday?
Yep.
Okay. So and then we're gonna start, and that was like there were some test results, and so they wanted to change some stuff.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And all right. So now we're in. So now you're in so they're going to take your immune system down, do this bone marrow transplant, and then let your immune system build up. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, is that going to make you feel like, does this feel different? Is this a different thing than you've gone through before?
Oh,
Or?
yeah.
Okay. And what about the hospital stay? Like, you've got a pretty cool room here or whatever, but is this like different than other times you've been in the hospitals?
It is different because I'm like in a different campus.
Okay, so where are we now?
We're in Cincinnati, and we were in Dayton for the rest of the.
A lot of Dayton
Yeah,
stuff.
I did a lot of Dayton stuff, and now we're in Cincinnati. So that is definitely
All
different.
been pretty nice so far?
Yep,
All right,
yeah.
good staff still in both
Yep.
places. Shout out Dayton Children's, Cincinnati Children's.
Yeah.
All right.
Food's
Hey.
still good, which is also important.
All right. That's a 5-star for both places.
Yep.
All right, and then is it so? Also, they've got a couple different rules here, though. Like your other stays, if you were feeling good enough, they wanted you up and walking around. What's different on this one?
In Dayton, they wanted me walking around, and so what I would do is I would walk around the hall kind of thing. There was like a block kind of thing that I could walk around in. And here they don't want me leaving my room because of the just the immune system, and so they have like filtered air just like for me kind of thing in here in the room that will help my immune system, and so they don't want me to leave that. So
Okay, so you're in the room. That's it. So
Yep.
you're gonna have to figure out how to do like push-ups or something.
I guess
like,
so, yeah.
Like keep buff going on. Whenever days you're feeling good, but also then that means you don't get to go like see other sites, like whatever your view is. You look out here, out the window, like you get to look at buildings and hopefully nice skies, but that's about it, right?
When we came in Friday, we had a west facing, or yeah, we had a west facing window, which was nice because I got to see the sunset. But now we have a east facing window with the building in front of it. So
Yeah, well, you still got some sky though, so
Yeah.
you'll have to get around. Yeah, so that is different though, and so then essentially your immune system's going to get torn down. You can get some new stem cells. Then it's going to rebuild,
hmm
and then so like how long until you get your like the bone marrow transplant and like so they're going to tear it down kind of
Yeah.
and like then how long before they do the actual transplant?
So they tear it down, and that will take like 10 days, they said. And then I think it's like a day after that, and then they do the transplant, which is where they're gonna take my sister's stem cells out and put them into me, which is just like a IV infusion, and then that will take like 2.5 weeks to settle in and rebuild. So
Okay. And then there's like obviously we kind of don't know, like, right? Is that
Yeah.
where we are? You're kind of like, we'll just see how it feels.
Yep.
Does that make you nervous, excited?
A bit nervous to kind of like how I'm gonna feel.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But then I'd say we've been ready for this to get started. Is
Yeah.
that what it feels like? Kind of get it over, get it behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, in essence, to recap, you're at remission.
Mm-hmm.
You got bone marrow starting. Like we've already started the process. We checked in Sunday. You're ready to roll, and then we're just going to see how you feel. Probably in 4 days, you'll start feeling a little bit not as good as you are today, and then get the actual transplant. Start regenerating, getting your immune system back up. Now, like, are you good in a couple weeks, or like after you get out of the hospital, or like you good? You can go anywhere. Or?
They actually said that because of my immune system, they wanted me to stay like 30 minutes within the hospital just in case I have like a fever, so I can get back fast.
So it's still going to be a process.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is like going to be a little bit of a long haul, a little bit of time consuming, energy consuming, unknown, kind of just see how your body reacts road.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side is like knocking this thing out
Yeah.
for good, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So we're excited about that. Definitely praying for it. All right. And then how do you feel supported? You feel like you got people out there on your team?
Yes, I feel a lot of support, and it's very, very helpful.
And then you got a big birthday coming up,
Yeah.
right? So maybe we'll do a special post for that.
Maybe September 10th.
But, and that'll be the big, how old are you going to be at that point?
I will be 16.
16, rocking it out.
Yeah.
So, gotten to drive around some.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so we had all this planned. You were supposed to go in and start earlier in the summer, but because we delayed, and we went out and you'd saved up money and you bought
About a Jeep.
a Jeep, man. He's a Jeep man. And I'd say, not only just a Jeep, you bought the right kind of Jeep. You got a manual,
Yep.
is that right?
Yeah.
All right, so you still giving people whiplash? You
Yeah.
got it figured out.
Both.
I think you're getting pretty smooth, So you're talking about teaching your sister now. So.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Let's see. Yes, in school, you have school friends I think have been pretty supportive, sent you all kinds of cool stuff.
Yep.
Youth group, church.
Yeah. Family.
Old, new, family, all that. So
All over the country.
that's awesome. That's awesome. What can they? Do you have anything like going forward you're excited about, or anything they can do for you, or?
I don't think so.
Not in particular. All
Yeah.
right. So, and the other thing I know we were working on this is I know a lot of people have wanted to, what they could do to make Michael's time, make your time more bearable here in the hospital for this long period. So I think we're going to work on a list maybe We can slap up ways that you can send him stuff. We'll put up the address on our channel here. We'll let you know where you can send things, support packages. You got an Xbox, yeah, but your pass was logged in at the other one,
Yeah,
so he might be asking for like Ultimate Game Pass. Keep him entertained while he's here. Some books. We don't know. We'll see. But he'll also be sending out probably some quick updates, short videos. Is that right? Kind of maybe try to do a daily thing. Let people know how he's feeling.
Yeah.
What's up? What's down? Any food stuff you can't have, or are you pretty much good to go?
I think I'm pretty good on food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You want anybody to send you anything? Any favorites? Or you're just ordering off the menu, so you're pretty much full all day?
I think I'm pretty full all day.
Pretty full all day. All right. Well, we'll put together a list of things that Michael feels makes him feel special. But like I said, we'll put up the address for his room and all that kind of stuff. So if you just want to send him a encouraging word, you can do that. Drop a comment. He'll read all those too. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Peace out, folks. Thanks for joining.